Hello Taurus, I'm Claire Louise from BeHealing.com and this is the weekly read for Taurus for the week of the 20th to the 26th of April 2020. So Taurus, it's the weekend when I'm publishing this. So if it's the weekend when you're watching it, then I've got a half price reading sale. And this weekend it's my past, present, future reading. So that's a 3-page reading that goes into what's been going on for you for the last couple of weeks and why, what's going on for you in the present and why, and what's going to come up for you in the next couple of weeks and why. I get all of my readings out within 24 hours of you booking them, whether they're in the sale or not. And there's a link up there to book in for one of these past, present, future readings. And so if you're ordering it at the weekend, it will be half price, which means it will be 60 Australian dollars instead of 120 Australian dollars, which is about 35, 40 American dollars right now. So great bargains to be had at the weekend. If you're not catching this at the weekend, then all you need to do is any weekend go to my website, behealing.com, and on the homepage there, you'll see whichever reading is in the half price sale at the weekend. You'll find it and be able to book in from the homepage there. Okay, so Taurus, what's going on for us this week? Because I'm Taurus too. What's the story? What is the story? You're busy too, Taurus, taking a lot of physical action, supporting each other. Take off. Things are manifesting. Things are manifesting for you, Taurus. You're having to take a lot of action at the moment. So you're one of these busy people during lockdown, like me. And this is really good. So this feels to me, Taurus, like you've really got into a groove. Things are working for you now. Abundance is coming your way. Things are falling into place. Maybe things that weren't flowing for you in the past have really started flowing for you now. Maybe this lockdown has given you a lot of focus. You know, you can be very focused on the material stuff. And I don't know, it could be, Taurus, that during the lockdown things you just kind of gave up and thought that everything was going to stop and it took your focus off it, so you weren't trying so much to manifest abundance and the material stuff like you usually do. And then it all started working for you, it all started flowing. So things are flowing for you at the moment. You're taking a lot of action, you're being supportive to other people. Sounds like a good active week to me for Taurus. Let's see where this is headed, Taurus. Oh, yeah, okay. So work is flowing, but you need to detach from it more. So this is about seeking balance. So you've been very supportive to other people, but maybe in the past you've realized that when this goes to your detriment, when you do it too much and you're not nurturing yourself, you're not taking that time out. Maybe in the past too, you've had times like this when you've been really busy taking too much action and then you've burned out. You've kept on pushing yourself, tried to keep on going instead of finding that balance. This is asking you to detach from your work. So remember to get that balance in there. When you're working, when you're taking that physical action, then do it and be all in. But then know when to stop and switch off and turn your devices off and go out to the beach for a run instead, or just do something else. Learn how to switch off. So Taurus, it could be that you need to fill your time up, your other time, when you do disconnect from work, with productive things, you know, especially in lockdown. Like there's certain things that we can't do anymore, like the gym isn't open, sometimes in some places nature isn't open anymore, and so you need to come up with productive ways, not productive ways, that's not the right word, but healthy distractions from work, so that when you, I don't know, for me, I'm kind of talking from my own experience here. For me, I'll work from about 7:30 in the morning, doing Psychic Cafe at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then I'll do like these videos until about lunchtime. And then I do all the readings, the private readings that have come in. So I'm generally finished at about 3, 4 o'clock. And then I go and train. But I can't go and train at the moment because it's all closed down. The gym and everything is closed down. So I can't do that. But that used to be my switch off from work and then go and do that thing. And so whatever you used to do to switch off from work, maybe that's not available to you anymore as well. And so now you need to come up with a new thing to do, which is productive too. Maybe not drinking alcohol instead or something like that, you know. Some of us, that's what I used to do before I used to go training at that time. But like finish work, it's like, oh, now I need to relax and switch off. I'd take the bottle, I'd get myself a beer, and I'd go and watch the sunset, which was kind of nice, but it's not that good for me. Working out is much better for me. And so Taurus, what is it for you? How can you detach from work? You need to get that balance. You need to make sure that you've actually got healthy things in place for you to do that, you know, for you to to make that break. Could be a book, it could be anything. You just, yeah, maybe you've slipped into bad patterns because you've not been able to do your usual routine to switch off and work, and now things have got a lot busier for you, taking more action in your work. You need all the more to balance that up by switching off when it's finished. Where's this headed, Taurus? Why such a busy week? And why do we need to find this balance? Because we're headed toward freedom, so we've got to be even more powerful than ourselves. Being more powerful than ourselves means making good decisions for yourself and having strong boundaries, right? This means that when you stop work, you've stopped work. And it's like it's balance time now. The phone rings, someone wants you to do somewhat more work. It's like, no, don't answer the phone. Another order comes in. It's like, no, that waits for tomorrow because I've finished work now. Yeah? Got to empower yourself. And being empowered, a lot of that is about making boundaries, setting boundaries and enforcing those boundaries. It's not caving into it. So it's really about that work-life balance thing that you've got going on here, which is tricky in times of lockdown, I know. But you still need to assert those boundaries. You don't say, oh, well, okay, I'm in lockdown, so I'll just keep on working. Don't do that to yourself. That's not going to lead to freedom. You know what happens. You've experienced it before, Taurus. It leads to burnout, and then everything crashes to the ground. You want to have positive momentum in what's going on for you, or the flow that's going for you at the moment. You've got abundance flowing in. And so you've got to empower yourself to do whatever it takes to keep that momentum going, which isn't working more. It's having stricter boundaries between work and life and enforcing those boundaries and just enforcing that balance, because it's leading to even more freedom. You're going to be able to move beyond this as well. So maybe in the past, Taurus, when things have got busy, you enjoy it for a while, but then you burn yourself out. You do way too much. You keep on saying, yeah, put it on my shoulders until the weight of it just takes you down and you crash. And then you have to stop the flow and you never gain that momentum. And so then you have to build up that momentum again, get it going, and then you've done the same thing again, you know? This time it's like, don't do that this time. Don't burn out. Put that balance in place. Maybe it's an easier time to do it because of the lockdown. You can be more, without all of the options out there, you can be more specific about what's going on with you and having those boundaries. And then it can grow from there. So I'm not saying you just get busier and busier and busier. I'm saying that then a way to have even more freedom, a way to work smarter will come from that. Another idea will come from it where you can use that momentum and it can keep on growing for you without you having to do even more and have less balance. So it's like you need to choose the energy that you want as you mean to go on. And so if things are really flowing for you now, you need to know that you need that balance. So enforce that balance now. And then the universe is like, oh, I want Claire to do more readings. And so now I'm going to have to give her away because she'll only work until 3 o'clock and then she stops. So I'm going to have to find a way of letting her work and do more for other people, and let this grow and honor her boundaries too. Yeah. And so Taurus, you got that going on. You need to honor your boundaries and set it in stone, and then the universe will mold itself around that and it'll honor your boundaries too. Because look, relax and prepare. That balance is so important this week. Finding that balance is so important this week. Really important. It's preparing you for what's next. As I said, I'm feeling like if you are really strong in this balance, if you're empowering yourself and you've got these strong boundaries, the universe is going to have to change around those. It's going to have to get in line. It's like being in a relationship or something and saying to your partner, like, that's not on and this is on. These are my limits. This is the time I've got available to you. This is what I'm prepared to do. This is what I'm not prepared to do. Then if they want to stay in the relationship, they will. And if they, they'll have their own boundaries too. They'll let you know, hopefully, if it's a balanced relationship. And you work it out, within each other's boundaries, and that's what the universe will do for you too. It will work itself out within your boundaries, and it will bring you more. It will keep that momentum going, but it will do it in a new way, and that's what you're being prepared for. It's like a new idea, a new approach, a new way of doing things, working smarter instead of harder, working smarter instead of longer hours. But those boundaries are a key part of it. Let's go back through that, Taurus. So You're very busy at the moment. Things are flowing, abundance is flowing. You're taking a lot of action. You're being supportive to other people. What it is that you're doing, your work that you're doing, it's happening now. It's all flowing. It's a really good thing. But you've got to make sure that you detach from it when you need to detach. So you need to have strong boundaries in place. This is when I work. This is when I don't work. And I'm not going to keep on answering the phone when I'm not working. I'm not, if another order comes in and I've stopped working, I'm not going to fulfill that order. It can wait for tomorrow in my working hours. That kind of thing, having those strong boundaries, because that's empowerment. Having strong boundaries is empowerment. It's actually going to lead to your freedom. So with those boundaries in place, the universe knows what your boundaries are and it will work around those. And it's actually going to bring you freedom. It's going to bring you freedom. It's going to bring you a new idea, some way of working smarter to keep that momentum up, so you don't need to sabotage the momentum by working too much at too long hours, that kind of thing. And so you're going to be able to be more relaxed. It's preparing you to be more relaxed and for things to work easier for you, for that abundance to keep on increasing for you, but it requiring less of you, less physical action. So this is a huge step up in your abundance this week, Taurus. How exciting. Sounds good to me. Does it sound good to you? If it does, please click a like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment. What did you get out of that? What's going on for you? You let me know, Taurus. And if you'd like a private reading from me, don't forget, if it's the weekend when you're watching this, there'll be a link there to book in for one of those, one of the half price, past, present, future readings. If you want to know from your higher self specifics about you and what's going on for you, just book in for one of those. Have an awesome week, Taurus. See you next week. Bye.